how good are you at taking care of your clothes? Now that's a very simple question, but the reason I'm asking it today is that so many people, the reason that they constantly buy new clothes or they feel that they need to buy new clothes is that they just haven't been taking care of the clothes they've already got. So today I'm going to talk you through my 7 essential items to have in your cupboard so that you can make sure that you're taking care of the clothes you've got. Because if you look after your clothes, they really do wear very well if you're already buying good quality, which is obviously something that I urge you to do anyway. If you take care of them as well, you really can get years and years of good wear out of them. So number 1 on my list is a steamer. So if it's something that you don't have, I really do recommend you have a steamer. Now this one here is actually a steamery one. I'm going to be honest, they sent me this one. It's not my favourite and I'll tell you why. It's got such a small, I can't even get it off, under the bottom. That's the size of the actual steamer. And that's the size of the water well, and you have to constantly fill it up. So I don't personally, I mean, I do really love using it, but it's not very handy for travel. And I personally, if you were to buy a steamer, I wouldn't recommend this one compared to other ones. So I would recommend looking for ones that have got a bigger water well, but also this is quite heavy. As I say, it's a beautiful looking thing, so if you're after the looks, it is worth it, but there are better ones out there. And people often ask me about my recommendations. To be honest with you, I would just go on Amazon and look at the reviews and find one with a water well that is much bigger than that one. So that's my first one, a steamer. You really can't get dressed without a steamer. Secondly is a de-bobbler. I love de-bobbling. This is actually a steamery one as well. This is a really, really good one because it's rechargeable, and it's so important that you lay your garment flat, very flat, on a table, not on a soft surface, and do it really slowly in circular movements. It will make your clothes look like new. Everything from coats, jumpers, scarves, anything that has got pilling on it, has got bobbles on it. Do invest in a de-bobbler. Again, you can look on Amazon. There's lots of different types now, but I do recommend the rechargeable ones. Otherwise, you're going to be running out of batteries all the time, and they cost a lot. So that is a de-bobbler. Next one is an obvious one. I'm sure you've got one of these, Lint Roller. This is just one I picked up in IKEA. Often they're by the cash desks in stores. If you're in a kind of high street store, you can't, just have one ready to go, especially if you've got long hair or blonde hair, or you've got a dog. The hairs just get on things. You just want to be lint rollering that off. Then the next one is a good wash, a good hand wash. So some of the things that people do that make their clothes not last well is people over dry clean, for one. And I've got a lot of my clients and my members in Elevate, we often have discussions about things like cashmere and dry cleaning. I personally wash all of my cashmere jumpers and I use Care. It's absolutely fantastic. They're so soft, they're so fluffy. Yes, the wash is quite expensive, but it's much cheaper than dry cleaning, better for the environment, and the jumpers are really lovely and fluffy from it. So again, just a really good wash. This one is particularly for wool, silk, delicate, and my washing machine has a wool cycle on it, and I just put my jumpers in the wash and they come out great. So I wouldn't use a bog standard detergent to do that. I would definitely get a great detergent, and it is well worth the investment. Next is hangers. Something I talk about a lot, getting good hangers. Again, people will say, oh, these hangers, they leave marks on the clothes. If you've got clothes hanging in your wardrobe that you're wearing so infrequently that they're hanging and they're making marks, that's just something different to think about. I again personally recommend, this is a 42 centimetre, and you can see here it's a slightly bit shorter than these bigger ones, and these bigger ones are the ones that you will often see in stores like TK Maxx, Dunelm Mill. They'll always have these bigger sizes ones, and the reason I recommend, if you're a size sort of 12 or below, definitely go online and look for the 42 centimetre. Change all your hangers, have them all matching, make your wardrobe like a boutique, not a charity shop. So getting good hangers. And I'll also add with that, if you've got jackets and things, I would put them on a bigger hanger, so a wooden hanger. So I don't put all of my things on these hangers, but I do hang everything that I possibly can, apart from my gym kit and my underwear. And anything that's heavier, I would put on a more structured hanger. Next is Moth Guard. I have massive problems with moths. I didn't used to. Last year it was absolutely dreadful, but I do absolutely recommend. Again, there's lots of different brands. This is the one that I was using last year. This is called London Moth. They come with these little hangy things that you hang in. You say how long it's been there, so you know that they only last 3 months, and the moths basically get stuck. and that stops the cycle. So from what I read is you don't want to have conflicting types of moth repellent. You want to just have the one sort that basically kills the moth itself. And I recommend you buying some of these ones, different brands, but the ones where they get stuck are the ones you want to look for, and you want to sprinkle those all the way through. And finally, a bit of a random one, a needle and thread. I've lost count of the times I'll say to a client, can you sew? Could you just hem those trousers? And they just say no. And I think, gosh, please go on YouTube. If you don't know how to sew, if you don't know how to put a button on, if you don't know how to quickly sew a hem that's come down, I urge you just to get a needle and thread and just learn. I did fashion at college. I know I can sew really well. I can sew properly, but I also can quickly put a hem up. I can sew a button on, and it's a skill that I wish everyone had. If you want to keep your clothes looking good and you don't want to always have things that are sitting there waiting to go to the alterations place to get the hem redone, just get a needle and thread and learn how to do it. So those are my 7 essential items to have in your wardrobe to make your clothes last. I really hope that you found them useful. I'd love to know as well what your essential items are. If you've got any of those, if you've got recommendations yourself for steamers or anything like that, I'd love to know your experience. Anyway, please let me know how you get on, and I look forward to seeing you soon.